Shalom, it's me, bad as I am, and today I'm going to be talking about the case of PDF files, Pedophilia. You know, trying to watch what I say a little bit so I don't get, because I need the message to go out. All right, 140, count me in. Pedophilia. What is it? It is sexual feelings directed towards children of any age and any gender. What is a PDF file? It's someone who is suffering from pedophilia disorder, characterized by recurring intense sexual arousing fantasies, urges, or behavior involving children, usually 13 years old or younger. pedophiles may be attracted to young boys, young girls, or both. And they may be attracted only to children or to children and adults. For example, the Jewish ritual, direct oral suctioning, practices requires them to, which this is the Ashkenazi Jews now, the ones that wear the black top hats with them two locks hanging off the side of their face. These, okay? It requires them to suck blood away from the male baby's circumcised genital area. Okay? Now, as a part of this circumcision ritual, okay, some male babies have gotten infected with herpes, simplex viruses, type 1, or HSV1. Sadly, some of these babies can develop brain damage and possibly die as a result of this ritual. Who introduced pedophilia? Pedophilia was introduced by German psychiatrist Richard von Krafft-Bing between 1886 and 1900s. His studies distinguished and characterized patterns of sexual behavior amongst the various deviant individuals, were cases depicting adults whose sexual practices included or concentrated on the abuse of very young children. Krafft-Ebing coined the phrase pedophilia erotica in 1900s by describing a condition of sexual arousal in adults in which the object of desire is a child or children. The first reported pedophile is Earl Brian Bradley. Now check this out, family. He is a former pediatrician from Louise, Delaware. And he was convicted as a serial child rapist. He was indicted in 2010 on 471 charges of molesting children, raping children, and exploiting 103 child patients, which 102 of them were females, one male. Some of the victims were as young as 3 months old. Now, I don't know what he was trying to do with a 3-month-old baby. The baby's still drooling at the mouth, sucking on the nippy, things like that. Why would you find any type of interest in an infant? That's not righteous. That's demonic. Let's continue. He was charged in April 2010 with an additional 58 offenses in relation to the abuse of 24 additional victims. His conviction was affirmed by the Delaware Supreme Court on September 6, 2012. In the wake of his arrest, it emerged that he had faced accusations of child abuse as early as 1995 in both Delaware and Pennsylvania. Now, accusations of child abuse means a child may have came to their parent and told their parent that this doctor has done something to me and touched me inappropriately. Now that means that the parent failed in that area as either one, reporting it, or two, the parent probably went to the doctor, fussed them out and all that type of stuff at the doctor office, and the doctor possibly could have paid them off bribery to shut their mouths and not report it to the police. Because if it was reported, people, I'm pretty sure the police would have acted on it. Not just, what was this? In 2010, they would have acted on it in 1995 when they first were made aware that parent now by their child. Failing to do your duties as a parent it's not a good thing. We are to protect our children, not take bribes, and not listen to our children when they're trying to tell us what's going on in their lives. Okay, let's continue. So, my question, family, is this: why are you allowing certain rituals to be performed on your minor children, which is still, in fact, Baal worship, and you're not going against those who are performing such acts, signing a waiver now, but you are quickly to go against a teacher, a doctor now, etc., for being inappropriate with your minor. Okay? All right now, but if it was your religious leader who said, I got to take your child in the back and do this, because you are Jewish, or because you is doing this and for the community, I got to take your child in the back, but you already know what's going on because you are a part of this organization too, and your lips tight. So you ain't gonna speak about nothing. That's sad, but let's move on. Y'all need to stop that. Wrong is wrong, and nasty is plain nasty. Let's catch these precepts and stop cherry picking Torah, to fit your washed up, filthy religion practices or beliefs. That's why half of y'all are homosexuals now. Because somebody, your parent, either was telling you that you gonna be with the same sex when you get older because they with the same sex, or they let you out here tell them, well, yeah, I was born this way and this is how I feel. Do you accept me, mom? Do you accept me, dad? Yeah, I accept that. No, y'all need to stop that too. Okay, let's continue. The first precept is going to be Deuteronomy 22, 25 through 27. 1 second, let me get some drink. But if the man comes upon the engaged girl in the open country and the man lies with her by force, only the man who lay with her by force shall die, but you shall do nothing to the girl. The girl did not incur the death penalty. For this case is like that of a man attacking another and murdering him. He came upon her in the open. Though the engaged girl cried for help, there was no one to save her. Now, this precept just reminds me of this. How is it that you parents are grooming your children from out of the womb to the age of 5 or 6 years old to be even mentally thinking of marriage to a grown adult? That child doesn't have no say in that matter because you are the adult. That child is laying in a bed with a grown man, or a grown woman crying while they're being physically assaulted, physically gone into and out of, and you as parents think you should even have the title of parent. You should not. Not at all. You need to have the title of rapist. Abetting a rapist. Shoot. Let's move on to the next precept. Leviticus 18:10. And it states from the Torah, the nakedness of your son's daughter or of your daughter's daughter, do not uncover their nakedness, for their nakedness is yours. Okay. What did Abba Yah say? Run that back. He said, do not uncover the nakedness of your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, because their nakedness is yours. That means you should not be out here purposely displaying them in their glory, with no cover on them, no covered clothes on them. You shouldn't be doing that in the public to the people, especially marrying them off to some grown men or grown women. You shouldn't be doing that. You're just as filthy as the person that, yeah, I'll marry your child. You're just as filthy. Let's continue. Do you not understand that a child at the age of 6 years old now, till adulthood, just wants to be a child and live their life? Play with Barbie dolls, play with Ken, build little Tonka trucks and all those nice little things like that, and ram them into walls, take crayons and mark up your daggone walls and stuff. Do you not understand a child wants to just do those things? They're not thinking about getting something jammed up in their private areas by somebody grown. They're not thinking about that at all. Those of you adults, okay, who are in these religions where a child at the age of 6 to 16 years old, once she has her flowers and she is given to a 30 to 7-year-old man for marriage, I want y'all to know y'all dead wrong. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. Okay? That child didn't say, oh, Mama have my flowers, now I want a husband. Once again, y'all are teaching and grooming, okay, these little girls into this sick, twisted shit because your religious leader, okay, told you it's acceptable and it's okay. More than likely, you was probably young at one point in your life as well, and you were probably molested, married off to a grown man, and they colorized it as religion, your faith, the acceptance of the heathens that we follow. But in fact, it's really rape. It's rape. Okay? Now, Muhammad, okay? He's a PDF file rapist. Okay? He married Aisha, Aisha, between the ages of 6 and 7, and they consummated the marriage at the age of 9 years old. 9 years old. Now, if you think getting married between the ages of 12 and 13 is any better, it's not. It's still a child. Still a child. What the hell you want with a child? You that up in age that you can't find no grown woman to meet your fancy, to be able to help take care of you, to be able to help cook you. You want a child because you want to be controlling over that child. You want to dominate that child. That's what you want to do. You want to tell that child what to do, tell that child where she can sleep, tell that child what she can't eat, tell that child when to go to bed, tell that child to go do this. You want a maid. That's what you want, a maid. And then Muhammad had the nerve to be 53 years old when he married that baby. Okay? That man old enough to be her wrinkled grandpa. And he married that baby. And truth be told, that's not the only wife he had. It's not. But y'all running behind this man. What did I tell y'all before? Lo ish Elohim. Y'all are running behind this man. That's why y'all don't want to keep the damn laws and commandments, because the NT tell y'all that the laws and the commandments was done away with because the flesh God said he died for your sins and he fulfilled the law. He ain't fulfilled shit. He ain't fulfilled shit. Because if he fulfilled it, do you think that Yahweh would still be out here purging the 2/3 if it was fulfilled? And if he fulfilled it, then why do you feel like you are free to sin, but you're not really free to sin, because you still have to get on your knees and repent to the Elohim Yahweh for the sins that you committed that you thought the flesh God saved you from? What the hell does that make sense? No, that's confusion. Warped up confusion. That's why you're out here looking stupid, riding around and dragging behind cars, chasing any and everything, looking confused in your eyes. Your eyes ain't even dilated, they black because y'all confused. Where's the pupil? I don't see y'all pupils. I see mine. Don't see y'all. Y'all confused as hell. Let's continue. Y'all some damn fools. That man could have been her grandpa. Okay. Child marriage is more prevalent in Muslims. Now, I'm not saying that Muslims is the only religion that does it. No. That's not what I am saying. What I'm saying and what the website said now is more prevalent in Muslims. And y'all coming over there in them prison stuff like that, y'all converting to that shit. Okay? No. Because a man said you can do it. When you should truly be listening to the words of Yahweh only. Only. These false guys will have you out here selling your soul for a soggy piece of bread dipped in pork chop grease. And you know pork chops is swine, and they eat in this thing, so they just as unclean as your unclean actions for sitting up there marrying a child. Y'all filthy. Let's move on. Now, let's visit a thematic connection now from our beloved prophet Ezekiel. So we're going to tie this thing together. Let's go. And we're going to go to chapter 16, verse 6 through 8. And it reads now, when I, meaning Yahweh, passed by you, Israel, and saw you wallowing in your blood, I said, live in spite of your blood. Yeah, I said to you, live in spite of your blood. I let you grow like the plants of the field, and you continue to grow up until you attain to womanhood, until your breast became firm and your hair sprouted. You were still naked and bare when I passed you again and saw that your time for love had arrived. So I spread my robe over you and covered your nakedness. And I entered into a covenant with you by oath, declares Yahweh, your Elohim. Thus you became mine. Now let me point that out right there. Put out that major section for you not hard-headed knuckle butts. He said he came to you, right? And not once, but he said again. So when somebody says again, they did that more than one time, right? Could have been 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows? Only Yahweh know how many times he watched Israel and came to Israel. Only he knows that. But when he did it more than once. Okay? Now, he sat back and he watched us grow as he planted us. Okay? And every time he kept coming back. We weren't ready. We weren't ready for that covenant of oath that he took with us. We wasn't quite ready then. Because why? He had to wait for us to grow into womanhood, not childhood, because we were already children. When he was visiting us, we were already children. We were not grown. That's why he said he had to wait until womanhood and until our breasts became firm. Now he didn't say, "Oh, when you become into womanhood and your breasts become firm, that he's gonna come and make an oath with you." No, that's not what Yahweh said. He said there's one more thing that had to happen, right? Your hair had to sprout. So you got to wait for your hair to sprout. You got to wait for your breast to become firm. And most importantly, he had to wait for womanhood. Womanhood. And womanhood is equivalent to adulthood. So Muhammad, you Muslims, following behind Muhammad, who married this 6-year-old girl and consecrated the marriage at the age of 9, she didn't reach womanhood. That baby was still in one of them 8-cup sports bras with bloomers on. And he married her and got her pregnant. Silly. But let's continue. So, in the prophet Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 6 through 8, as I just read, Yahweh is using a metaphor, okay, to describe his relationship with Jerusalem. Jerusalem. He says that Jerusalem was like a neglected child that he took care of. Remember I said he came back again. Not once, but again, meaning multiple times. Come. Make sure you still, is this thing on? Making sure y'all still with me. Daggone it. Later, after Jerusalem matured under his care, he entered into a covenant with her, with us. Yah entered into a covenant with us. Yahweh's relationship to Israel is frequently compared to a marriage with Yah as the Ish, Yahweh as the Ish, because Yasharel, we are his bride. That's why he's the Ish, and the Ish is what? In your physical form, your Ish, ladies, is your cover. So Yahweh is our cover, Yasharel. Now, if our cover, before he became our cover, didn't even want to infringe on us while we were still in our childhood, before we came into our womanhood, what the fuck make you Muslim think and you Jewish, Ashkenazi Jews think that it's okay for you to go pick up a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, and marry her and consecrate her through sexual acts. When Yahweh said he waited for us to reach womanhood, where our breasts are firm, where our hair sprouted. Answer that. The bottom line is this right now. If these child marriages are so legal and honored by Torah, because they're not, but if they are, right, in your little fucked up religions, if they are, to include the government now, tell me why. Why some of these rabbis out here doing these child marriages and stuff like that with these adults in secret and not turning in the marriage certificate to the state? As soon as it happened, why are y'all waiting until the child becomes a legal age 18 to turn in that paperwork? Why? Why if it's so legal? Huh? That means it ain't legal. That means you shouldn't have been doing it. That means you ain't got no business to do it. Huh? That's what that means, because that's what I gathered. That's what I gathered now. Doesn't seem too righteous to me, petty ass fouls. I don't know. Maybe that's just better science I'm thinking. Is that what I'm thinking, Abba? Where's your righteousness? Because it felt like y'all lost it to me. Stop being filthy. Stop being nasty. And truth be told, all you parents that are out here marrying your children at young ages, y'all in Memphis should be in jail right along with Diddy ass. Shalom, America.